We are live. All right, Shalom, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, we would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash, and a sincere salutations to the hopeful elect, the Tabernacle of David, you Akim, pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth, and all truth, faith, and sincerity, and also a healthy Shalom to the few Akwath that are listening and learning. Lord's willing, today's camp be edifying, man. All right, we're out here another day in the last days of America, Babylon the Great, to prophesy against this wicked kingdom, man. As usual, okay, as commanded by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, the power of Yasharallah, of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So we're gonna dive right into it. The brother had Matthew, the 20th chapter, on his spirit. So we're gonna jump into that, you know, and go where the spirit permits, you know. So let's get it.
Real quick, since you said that.
Con.
So this is Matthew chapter 20. I'll start at verse 1. I'll read it in the KJV first. The spirit permits, I might jump around to the NLT. The brother has the floor. And the blue letter titled it, Laborers in the Vineyard. So it says, Matthew 20:1. For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard.
Hey, and Yahweh Shai Mashiach, man, all right, is that householder, okay? And who is he hiring? Okay, the elect of Yasharallah, okay, to do his bidding, to do the will of the Father. All right, we were bought with a price. You got it.
I'll read it in the NLT, verse 1:21. For the kingdom of heaven is like the landowner who went out early one morning to hire workers for his vineyard. He agreed to pay the normal daily wage and sent them out to work. So we're all laboring for the same penny. What's that penny? The penny is likened unto salvation, the kingdom, all right? And as we always go into, we've entered into other men's labor. We were taught by our elder apostles and bishops on down, and they entered into other men's labor. Okay? The forerunner of our faith, as the brother was saying, it starts with Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. He's the author and finisher of our faith, the mediator, the go-between, the intercessor. He's the chief cornerstone. But when he came on the scene, he established what? Followers. He's told the apostles, follow me and I will make you fishers of men. And we're coming back in the same steed. The prophets of old doing what? Prophesying against many kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. Because we're in the last days of the last days. All right? And we've got a job to do.
Con.
Our job is to watch everything that's going on in the world, going on in the news, in the economy, and what? Filtering everything through the scriptures. Warning the people and bidding them to the marriage. We're out here fishing for the hopeful elect. All right? And marking the rest of you for destruction. So again, the pennies, the kingdom, which is really salvation. We're looking to be delivered in the times to come from this impending doom. So going back to Matthew 20:3, you got it out. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace. And we're in the marketplace. We're in the Agora. We're in the heart of downtown Orlando. That's where Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai told his men to be. He said to go out quickly to the lanes, to the highways and the byways, and bid them to the marriage. That's where the apostles were. They were in the marketplace, in the the chief place of concourse, catching people as they're, you ain't jumping in, so I'm just going, catching people as they're going about their daily activity, marking them unbeknownst to them, so there's no cloak for their sin. Because they could see the videos online and just click off and just, ignore it. but you can't ignore when we right in your face. No excuse.
Yeah, that's why.
We're out here to catch you unawares, to
Con.
mark you.
Con. And
You
that's
got it.
and that's why Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua says he doesn't dwell in temples built with hands. All right? See, inside of those buildings, everybody can't get in. Okay? Out here in the chief place of concourse, all right, anybody can come up. Rich, poor, homeless, it doesn't matter. All right? To get what was freely given. You got it, all.
And he said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you. And they went their way. Again he went out about the 6th and 9th hour, and did likewise. And about the 11th hour he went out, and found others standing idle, and saith unto them, Why stand ye here all the day idle? Because the scriptures tell you that the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. What's the harvest? The world. The world is ripe to be plucked up. The world is the vineyard. But Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai has only kept a cluster of the vine. The Lord is only looking for a remnant. The rest of you are going to get trodden down in the winepress.
Con.
So the different hours represent the forerunners. Starting with us, it went back to Abba Bivens, who is Elijah, if you can receive it, who came on the scene to turn the hearts back to the fathers. So again, we've entered into other men's labor. This truth has been out since, 1969. That's what ISUPK, their mantra they always is, that they had the truth since 1969. And really, that's when this devil started going down. Once he went into so-called outer space. That's when this truth really busted wide open. And it started in New York City, 1 West Harlem. And look, this truth is going global. That's how you know we at the end. Yahweh Shai said, this gospel shall be preached to the four corners of the earth, then the end shall come. That's why there's all these earthquakes. That's why there's all these uproars of the people. That's why the love of many is waxing cold. That's why these economies are collapsing. That's why you're getting closer and closer to World War III. Because we're at the end. Hollywood is in a constant decline. This place is through. Really, why is this place through? Because this gospel has gone out. You've heard this message. So there's no excuse. I don't want to take over, man,
Hey, and it's beautiful, man, to the brother's point that this gospel has gone throughout the four corners of the earth. I ran into a Jake just yesterday on the slavery, man. And, me and the Jake was chopping it up. And I heard the Jake use the word Edomite. And I'm just listening to what he's saying. And the word is going out so much that the brother was dropping jewels on me to the point where he asked me if I knew what tribe I was from. So Jake has this word, and Jake ain't afraid to spread it amongst other Jakes, man. All right, to the brother's point, this word has gone out. You got
That's why Esau's coming out with great wrath. Because he know if he had but a short time. Revelation 12 and 12.
Con.
Biblical terms or certain biblical terms are in everyday vernacular now, man. Especially among Jake. It was a time when we used to come out here and we talk about the Edomites and Esau. Nobody knew what the hell we were talking about.
Yep.
Esau knows he's an Edomite now. That's why he's shooting up churches. He's losing his mind. He been searching the scriptures. He's been studying the things we've been saying. And he's confounded.
Yep.
He knows he's been rejected. That's why he's resorting back to his blessing, the sword. So going back to Matthew 20 and 7. I'll start back at 6. And about the 11th hour, and we're in the 11th hour. This is the main reason that I wanted to go into the parable of the vineyard. Because we're at the 11th hour. The doors of mercy are about to slam shut. And you're going to have a lot of Israelites, a lot of believers that are going to come in at the 11th hour. Chiefly when all hell breaks loose. The Lord chimed in. As it is written, in the day of power, thy people will be willing. Matter of fact, let me get some other preachers. Baba Kushal. This is Psalms 110 and 3. Thy people, because that's who we're chiefly out here for, our people. Our people are lost, man. The lost sheep of Israel. They don't know who the hell they are. They don't know their identity. They don't have their heritage. They don't know the names of their power. They're following behind their oppressors. They don't realize they're behind enemy lines. Our people are lost in the sauce, man. Can't quite figure out why they can't seem to make it in this place, man. No matter how hard they try. These curses keep overtaking them. And what's the solution? What's the answer? The scriptures. You wasn't brought here to make it, man. You were brought in the Americas as a punishment. You were going to go into Egypt again with ships, and no man would buy you, no man would save you. This is how you heal yourself, by coming back to the word. As it is written, wherewithal can a young man cleanse his ways? By taking heed to this word. Acknowledging your offense and repenting.
Got one real quick. This is 2 Corinthians.
Hold that thought, Bobby Michelle. I don't want
Con.
to. We brought this out week before last, Isaiah 59 and 19. I'm going to give you the floor back with it. You wasn't doing nothing with it.
No, you got it. You got it.
This is Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, and that's what you see all around Babylon, chiefly with ice. The enemy's coming in as a flood. That's why there's a great divide in America. You can see civil wars on the doorstep. You know?
Yeah, con.
You got the MAGA against the MAGA's divided, man. You got the so-called leader of the free world. The Congress is against him, man. You just had in where was that? Portland. The judge rolled back the ICE thing. You got in Chicago where he sent the ICE. They just packed up and left because, you know. So this place is divided, man. But nonetheless, the enemy is still coming in as a flood. They said these ICE agents weren't supposed to wear masks. They still masked up. Why they in army fatigue, man? Why they wearing desert camos, man? We ain't in the desert. You know?
Yeah.
They in the metropolis. But they're trying to get you accustomed to seeing military troops. America's becoming a police state. And a lot of these Edomites know it, man. That's why they out there protesting.
Yeah.
These so-called liberals. But it ain't just the liberals. You got a lot of conservatives that aren't with this shit either. Ex-military members that are, you know, speaking out. Ex-generals and shit. So you can see this civil war is brewing. Isaiah 19. Mark chapter 3. All right? So again, all these are signs of the end. Going back to the point of we're in the 11th hour. In the 12th hour, Yahushua is returning, man. He's the bright morning star. Esau's night is our beginning, our morning. He's the bright morning star. The sun is setting on Esau and his kingdom. Like they used to say, the sun will never set on the British Empire. The sun is setting on the West. That's why all these Western nations are in shambles. Germany through, France, UK, you know? All these Western, Japan, I was just watching Japan. All these Western nations got a homeless problem, man. Got an economy problem, man. Meanwhile, the BRICS nations are rising. That's why they taking you to war. That's what Gerald Celente said. When all else fails, they take you to war. That's why you see down there in South America, there's a military buildup. Why? Because Venezuela is a major ally of Iran. So you can see where everything is headed, man. Oh, Trump just said he bringing back the tariffs on China, 100% tariffs. We in beautiful times, man.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, shit's still going left. More and more layoffs. You just had a major trucking company lay off a bunch of people again in Alabama. More and more of these trucking companies closing up. More and more of these people being laid off. We're in beautiful times.
Yeah.
And these people too blind to see it. You gonna say?
The brother was speaking about Venezuela. You know, it's no coincidence that a Venezuelan, Maria Machado, won the, what was that award called? The Nobel Prize.
Yeah, Trump is up in arms. His panty was in a bunch. He just knew he was going to win it.
Yeah. But, like I said, I don't think that's a coincidence because we know that they want regime change in Venezuela.
They've
Okay?
been trying it. They've been trying to get Maduro out of there, man.
Yep. They've been trying to get him out. And the brother was talking about how, you know, a lot of these, you know, biblical words are being used these days. And one of the biblical words that's being used and tossed around a lot is insurrection. You know, you hear Trump speaking of the Insurrection Act. And every time you turn on the news, insurrection, insurrection, insurrection. Well, he's preparing you people for an insurrection. He's telling y'all what's coming.
Called predictive programming.
It's exactly what it's called.
Another biblical term been thrown around is Armageddon. Apocalypse. All these words are key words coinciding with the end times. Oh, what was hot and heavy in the news was those missiles. What you call them? I forget the missiles that he just sent over there.
The Tomahawks.
The Tomahawks. Why is the Tomahawk missile big in the news? Because they got you can put nuclear warheads on them.
Yep.
So we in beautiful. They long range. They like mid range to long range missiles, and you can put nuclear warheads on them. So shit is escalating. The war drums are beating louder than ever. Hence why this devil's coming down with great wrath. My bad.
Salakia. And why is that important that these Tomahawks are being moved to Iran? Because what did they rip up about a year or two ago? Okay? The mid to long range nuclear treaty.
Yeah, they had a treaty. Yeah.
All right?
Yeah,
so shit is getting real.
They don't have to warn you no more when they're gonna test their nukes.
Yep.
Which they probably gonna warn you because you know Putin like to brag. He's braggadocious. So he probably gonna give you a heads up, you know, to put fear in your heart.
God. Oh man.
So let me finish.
You got it. You got it.
Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh, because they gonna realize that they really marching to the tune of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. They being gathered. The Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is mustering the host of the battle. Yahweh, just hold it. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, I got it, man. Like I said, I want you to take it back over. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is the one that's gathering these nations to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. The king's heart, as it tells you, is in the hands of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it ever whichsoever way he will. The Lord is really putting the spirit on these nations to fight against each other. You know? Because you can see Putin trying to be calm, cool hand Luke. He's trying to be Mr. Calm, cool, and collective. But Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai gonna force his hand. So again, so shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. Because he's the bright morning star again. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, because we know that's who this devil really has in his horns, the men of the Lord. He really want to crack down on this word, this truth. But he coming like a crab sideways. You know? He got to be careful because of what I'm reading. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, they get up with ice. They getting you accustomed for you to not ask questions. You don't see their face. You don't know their names. They're not coordinating with local law enforcement. They kicking in doors. They just stopping cars. You don't know what the hell going on. You know, they ain't got no goddamn warrants. What you think gonna happen when they roll on the men of the Lord? Ain't nobody gonna question nothing. You know, drag you up from the. You ain't gonna. You know.
They ain't questioning.
They setting the stage. You can see it.
Yep.
Oh, they just carting these immigrants away. You don't know where the hell they taking them. You ain't got no way to contact. You know.
Yeah. I mean, they're telling.
You could be Guantanamo Bay, man.
That's what I'm saying. They're telling us they're dropping them off in different countries. They could be flying over the Atlantic or Pacific and then just opening the hatch and letting them fly out.
Again, the stage is being set for the demonization of the men of the Lord.
Con.
You see him setting up more and more of this digital tyranny, Palantir, Intel. He locking down the internet more and more. You saw these small hats buying up all these social media platforms.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the stock market is volatile. Bitcoin is volatile. You can see everybody predicting a crash. Gold is volatile, through the roof volatile. We can clearly see what's about to happen. And that's gonna cause what? Insurrection, sedition in the streets. Mm-hmm. Esau already knows this, man. And he's setting the stage to order Ad-Chaos.
Yep.
He's orchestrating this chaos so that he can establish this order, which is gonna be what? That Qaragma, that MOTB. And it's a global agenda. Hence why Russia got a global digital system, got a digital ID.
Yeah.
All these nations, it's no coincidence, all these nations got some form of digital IDs. Because that's where everything is headed. So it says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, and you're going to realize this man is not your friend. He never was. He has a perpetual hatred for you, man. He hates his brother Jacob over the birthright. Always has. That's what the word perpetual means. Never ending. The Lord tell you, hold Ecclesiasticus, please. Never trust thine enemy.
This is Ecclesiasticus. It reads,
Call it. I got it. Ecclesiasticus chapter 12. I'll start at verse 8. A friend cannot be known. You speak on it. A friend cannot be known in prosperity.
yeah, a friend cannot be known in prosperity, man. Because everybody's your friends in good times. Okay, especially if they're benefiting. All right, you got it.
Yeah, everything was peaches and cream when Esau was over you. You was on the bottom when he was doing better. You was in the ghetto, you know?
Yeah.
You know, he was your supervisor, he was your manager. You know, he was over you. Everything was peaches and cream, you know? But now he's losing that position, you know? His true colors are starting to come out.
Con.
You know?
Yeah.
So it says he's losing his kingdom. You know, he sees his kingdom slipping. He's losing his woman, you know?
Yeah. So he can't hide the anger, the perpetual hatred that he has for you. You got it.
Especially Jake, the curse is coming up off of Jake. Mm-hmm. And they're going on this devil, Deuteronomy 30:7. Mm-hmm. So he getting passed over by Jake, you know?
Yeah.
Jake pulling up in the neighborhood with a new car and shit, you know? He behind in his car note, you know? He behind his home about to get foreclosed on, his woman leaving him, you know?
Fact.
His breeding numbers are dwindling. He can barely reproduce. He losing his goddamn mind. You know?
Facts.
Everybody's onto him. Everybody's calling him out, exposing him. You know? So it says, a friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. And Esau's in dire straits.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Esau's in a quagmire.
Yeah.
He's in a pickle.
Yep.
He don't know how to get out of it.
Thus, he's lashing out.
He sees his empires falling and prophecies against him. So he really assed out now. And he see this truth is spreading like wildfire. Mm-hmm. So it says, a friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity.
Hey, Con. Hey, an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity, man. All right? And the brother brought out Deuteronomy 30:7, all these curses falling upon our enemies, man. So they're coming upon adversity And now their true colors and their true feelings towards you tribes is on Front Street. So you're seeing more racial charged crimes, man.
He's coming out in the open. He's no longer hiding behind a platform on 4chan.
Yeah.
He's telling you straight to your face, I use the word nigger.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
He coming out, he's just being out open with it.
Yep.
Hence why that Edomite pulled a gun on that Jake, man.
Mm-hmm.
That brother, man.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. You're seeing more Jakes as far as truckers going missing. More Jakes being
more and more
hanging
hangings,
from a tree.
More and more lynchings.
Yep.
It's becoming a common occurrence.
Mm-hmm. Just like in times past, man. During the civil rights era. You got it.
In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved.
Mm-hmm.
But in his adversity, even a friend will depart. So even Esau, his best friend, Billy Bob Joe, he falling on a hard time. He just like Jake. Nobody want to deal with you. You the black sheep. He becoming the black sheep. His circle of trust is failing him. You know, his frat brothers. You know.
Yeah.
His what they call it? The Senpai Phi brothers.
Yeah. His Kappa.
Yeah. No, Semper Fi is the Marines.
Okay, Salakia.
Yeah, but his circle of trust is failing him.
God.
You know?
Hey, but you see this in all of Esau's movies, man. What is it? Fun with Dick and Jane. When Edomites that have a certain position and wealth start to fall, nobody comes to their aids, man.
That's just human nature.
Mm-hmm.
It got nothing to do with your race. That's human nature.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants that shame on them.
Yep.
You casting a shadow of shame. Don't nobody want to stand in that.
Yep. Nobody.
Only a true friend will, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going into. And it's shame all over Esau, as it tells you. Shameful spewing is on its glory.
God.
So it says, in the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved. But in his adversity, even a friend will depart.
Hey, it's saying the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved. And that's what Sleazy E sees.
Yep.
That the brother brought out earlier. He sees Jake doing very, very well around him as he's collapsing, man.
He wondering why come his home and why he got to put up his home for sale.
Right.
You know?
And he can no longer blame it on things such as DEI or whatever it's called. Okay? He can't blame it on anything of that nature. Okay? So now he has to just deal with it.
You know they say they got a high IQ. He can't use his high IQ to get out of this pickle. He can't, his so-called high IQ ain't helping him.
Hey, ain't no more.
On the contrary, the high IQ is causing him more to fall.
Yeah, no more blaming it on affirmative action and whatever other excuses they had why Jake had higher positions over them, man. They're forced to deal with reality.
He's the basest of men. He's the weaker vessel.
Yep.
It tells you in Genesis, what's that, 25 or 27? One people shall be stronger than the other. We are stronger. Jacob. And he realizing that he ain't built for this. The adversity that we've been catching since we came to the Americas, Esau ain't built for that, man.
God.
That's why a lot of them tongue kissing a barrel, skydiving off of the skyscrapers. And he ain't built for it. You know? Shalom. See, Jake used to catching lefts and rights. You know, the slightest bit of adversity, Esau want to tap out.
Con.
Hey, going back to the blessing. As soon as he found out Jacob got the blessing, he cried like a little bitch. Hast thou but one blessing? You know, that's his MO. He weak.
Yeah.
He weak.
Ultimately, they're finding out that they've inherited lies, man, and they're being hit in the face with reality and truths. Okay.
Yeah, you can't get around the truth.
Con.
You, no matter how much you want to put up a front, when you go to sleep at night, when you by yourself, this truth plays back in your mind, man, like an earworm.
Con.
You can't get around it.
Yep.
And then the Edomite man, he not that stupid, man. He watches, man. He be watching. He be watching the men of the Lord. He be watching the news. He see what time it is. He be looking around, you know. That's why not too long ago they said that the Edomite man Googles the Roman Empire. They think about the fall of the Roman Empire multiple times during the week, because they know they're in Rome all over again. They know they descend from the Romans, and they can see the comparisons.
Hey,
look how he just sitting there staring at us.
Yep, that's facts.
You see that?
Yeah.
He know. But he's a coward. So it says, never trust thine enemy, and that's the good news. That's the beautiful thing about this truth. It recalibrates our compass. See, the average Jake walking around, and their compass is off, you know?
Off kilter.
Off kilter. It ain't pointing true north. You know? But this truth, we can see everything clearly now. As it tells you, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Free from what? All these mental chains of bondage. All these wicked ideologies. The wine of this devil. His philosophy, his wayward schools of thought. You know? Which is all to destroy you. Feminism, capitalism, democracy. All that destroys the people, man.
Yeah.
And you're seeing the adverse effects of the wine. That's why all these Western civilizations got one thing in common. They going through a goddamn recession. Why? Because they all drunk of that wine.
Yep.
They all got that fractional reserve banking system. You seeing the effects of it now.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you're seeing the effects of playing the game completely wrong and not obeying by the rules, man. Okay? The chickens have come home to roost. Everything is catching up to this devil, man.
So it says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Yeah. As iron rusteth, no matter how much you polish it or clean it, it's destined to rust, because that's what iron does.
It's called oxidization. It's
Con.
oxidize.
Con. And that's the MO of the Edomite, man. How can those accustomed to doing wicked do good? They can't.
That's why when you go into the statue that Nebuchadnezzar saw, remember the head was of gold, which was what? The Babylonian Empire, right? Which was Nebuchadnezzar's empire. But when you go into it, what's that, Daniel 5, Daniel 7, if I'm not mistaken? It goes into that statue that he saw, right? Each, which was a different empire, the major empires that would come to play later on, right? That's how we know the Bible is factual. It's a secular book. History solidifies the Bible. So anyway, going back to that statue that Nebuchadnezzar saw, that Daniel interpreted, remember, none of the wise men could interpret it, man. He was gonna kill all the wise men.
Yeah.
All the Chaldeans, all the soothsayers, all the sorcerers, the astrologers, the monthly prognosticators. He was gonna put them all to death. Yep. And Daniel and the three holy, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Daniel was like, "What the?" I just was going back through it. Daniel was like, "What the hell? Why is it so hasty?" You know? He said, "I can tell you the interpretation of the dream." You know? Yeah. And what Nebuchadnezzar came to the conclusion that our power is the only power, man, the one true living power.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
But anyway, and that go to Amos. Surely the Lord will do nothing, but he revealeth the secret unto the servants, the prophets. So going back to modern times now, the same thing. None of these economists, none of these, historians, monetary experts, they all can foresee that a collapse is coming, but they can't quite explain it properly. Only the true men of the Lord can explain it. Why? Through the scriptures. You see?
God.
So, going back to the point that I was making. So the head of the statue is gold, and then the other, I forget. I got a little brain fart. Let me see. I don't want to botch it up.
The legs of iron.
Let me. I was gonna go into all the metals. Give me a second. So yeah, the head was gold, right? Which was the Babylonian Empire. Then you had the chest was what? Silver, which was the Medo-Persian Empire. Then you had the the around the waist, you know, was
Belly and thigh.
was bronze, which was the Greek Empire,
Brass con.
with brass con, and then you had the legs was iron, right? And going back to the point of iron always oxidized. So that's manifold. It represented the Edomites, right? But it also, iron is what? Strong. Even though it's not as a precious metal as gold and silver, it's a very strong metal. That's why the legs were iron, which represented the Roman Empire. The Romans were known for what? Their military might. But now we at the feet of that statue, which was what? Part iron, part clay. And divided, the 10 toes. Partly strong, partly weak. And that you see that now. Because we're in the revised Roman Empire, which is what? NATO and the EU. And they're divided. You see, it's plain to see now.
Yeah, division all throughout the world, man.
So again, that iron represents the Edomites, man. You know?
Yeah.
No way around it.
No matter how strong they are, okay? Strong as iron, they're destined to rust. They're destined to fail. You can't change your destiny, man. Can't change it.
And remember, when you go into the first Maccabees, it tell you when, because the Greek Empire started with Alexander, right? And then his four main generals.
Yeah.
You know, chiefly Ptolemy and the solution, you know, the king of the north, the king of the south, you know. But it said evils were multiplied in first Maccabees, man. All the nations prior to that, the Babylonians were evil and wicked. The Medo-Persians were wicked as hell. But it paled in comparison to when the Edomites came on the scene, man.
Yeah.
Just like right now. The earth is exceedingly wicked, exceedingly polluted. Destroyed under the inhabitants thereof. Defiled, you know?
Yeah,
And that's what Nebuchadnezzar saw. All the following empires would pale in comparison. They would get weaker and weaker, wickeder and wickeder, you know? And then at the end of the vision, what did he see? He saw that stone cut without hands, right? Which is what? Yahushua, that rock, which represents what? The kingdom. Upon this mountain, you know? Jerusalem.
Yeah.
That's the same thing Ezra saw in 2nd Ezra 13. He couldn't tell where, you know?
Yeah, where it began or where it ended.
Man, beautiful times, man. And Esau knows it. That's the point. Esau knows it. So again, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So again, the iron represents these Edomites, man. You know? And the rust represents his wickedness. As it's going to tell you. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him.
Yeah. I mean, he's known for humbling himself. You know, we brought it up a couple times when Trump, you know, visited this museum of the historic slavery museum,
Smithsonian.
the Smithsonian. Yeah, you know how he boasts about it, how he could stay there forever, how he loved it, and the history was just compelling, and yada yada yada. Okay, that's him humbling himself. Okay.
Look what he did to the Iranians. He was supposedly about to try to work out peace deals, you know?
Yep.
Then he was trying to wipe them out.
Yeah.
He was trying to do a decapitation strike. And he was boasting on it, bragging on it. You know?
Hey, that's why I don't understand
That's
how
his
they.
MO. That's his modus operandi.
That's why I don't understand how they can trust this so-called ceasefire. You know, and everybody and all these people are marching back into, you know, back into their, you know, their land.
But the scriptures told you he was a cunning hunter. He was the serpent, the most subtle beast in the field. He's sneaky. You got to watch this devil. The words of his mouth are smoother than butter, but war's in his heart. That's why the North American Indians, Gad said, never trust a white man. He speaks with a forked tongue. He broke every treaty he made with the North American Indians, man.
Fact.
Every treaty. Ain't that a goddamn devil? Then he turned around and called them Indian givers. Man, you the Indian giver.
That is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man.
And yeah, he is a devil, because the word devil goes to the Greek or the Latin diablos,
Yeah.
which means deceiver. He's the great deceiver.
Yeah.
He deceived the whole world with his lies. Which the greatest lie is that he's the angel of light.
Yeah.
No marvel, for even Satan has transformed himself into the angel of light. He paints himself as this righteous, pious, powerful nation that's trying to save humanity. Meanwhile, he's destroying humanity.
Yeah.
He's destroying the earth, polluting the ozone, polluting the waters, destroying the people mentally, spiritually, feeding them poisons. But he acts like he's got your best interests at heart.
Yeah.
He told you, yeah, we're gonna go give you jabs and shit, right? It's to save you. It was to exterminate you, man.
We don't want y'all getting sick.
We want you to get them first. You black and brown people, Oh, man. So again, it says, Slakia, Jeremiah 13:23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin?
Not at all, man.
Or the leopard his spots?
Not at all.
Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil.
Right, so what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai made you to be, that's what you're going to be. All right? And we know that Esau is accustomed to doing wickedness, man.
Since his inception.
Since his inception. His track record precedes him, man. We got a whole, an entire history of rape, robbery, murder,
pillaging.
and just pillaging and just being
They
wicked.
call it colonialism.
Exactly.
Imperialism.
Yeah.
I call it thievery. I call it oppression. This is Ecclesiastes 7:13. Consider the work of God, Yahweh, for who can make that straight which he hath made crooked?
Yeah. Hey, the scripture says the wicked are estranged from the womb. As soon as they be born, they speak lies. So if the wicked are estranged from the womb, all right, how can they do anything close to righteousness, man? When that's the way they were designed from their inception. They can't. You got it.
This is Romans 9 and I start at 1.
Khan.
Romans 9:1. I say the truth in Hamashiach, I lie not. This is Paul speaking, who was of the tribe of Benjamin, who was a Roman citizen, but of the nationality of Israel, of Yasharallah, of the tribe of Benjamin, who is an Israelite. I say the truth in Hamashiach, I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Ghost, the Rakah Kodash, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh.
Yeah, man, Paul is saying he wish he could bear the cross, man. All right? For his kinsmen, for his brethren, ultimately for his family, man. DNA, same blood, whatever you want to call it, man. That's who he's speaking to. You got it, Al.
I'll read it in the NLT. Romans 9:1 in the NLT. With Hamashiach as my witness, I speak with utter truthfulness. My conscience and the Holy Spirit, the Rakah Kodash, confirm it. My heart is filled with bitter sorrow and unending grief for my people, my Jewish brothers, which ain't no Jewish, and sisters. I would be willing to be forever cursed, cut off from Hamashiach, if that would save them. They are the people of Israel, chosen to be God's adopted children.
Oh, my goodness.
God revealed his glory to them. He made covenants with them and gave them his law. He gave them the privilege of worshiping him and receiving his wonderful promises. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are their ancestors, and Hamashiach himself was an Israelite as far as his human nature is concerned.
Oh, my goodness.
And he is power, the one who rules over everything and is worthy of eternal praise. Amen.
Hey, that's my first time reading that in the NLT. It cooks. no, hey, no, you can't gainsay against that, man. You can't gainsay against that, man.
And we was going into it the other week, right? How when you go through the study Bible, when you see how these so-called biblical scholars, how they title the chapters, you look at the precepts that they put, he knows the truth, man. That's why he be changing shit in the blue letter. He knows, man.
Yeah.
Hey, the Zondervan Bible Dictionary let you know that he knows.
They know the truth.
The scriptures tell you in Daniel that he's accomplished a diligent search. He, you know, there's nothing you can hide from him. This devil searches things out because he's a carnal man. He's not a man of faith. So he does deep diving. Hence why he went in Mount Ararat and dug up the ark and saw that what? It was made of gopher wood. So he searches everything out and finds out, oh, it's true.
Yeah.
You know? He does archaeological digs. You know? He does DNAs. You know? He knows.
Yeah.
Hence why in the so-called land of Palestine, them small hats, they don't let you take DNA tests. It's forbidden.
Yeah. Hey, but hey, it's beautiful because I said that they've inherited lies, and that's what's really irking them. They're coming to the realization, they're coming to the conclusion that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are God's chosen people.
Thy daughter shall be a whore in the streets. You can't make it up.
Yeah, the scriptures don't lie. The scriptures don't lie.
I ain't seen that Edomite woman walk by like that today.
Definitely hasn't.
I ain't seen that heathen walk by like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's the curses.
This is Nahum chapter 3.
Let me.
Oh, Salak, I didn't know you weren't done.
So going back to Romans 9:3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants, old and new, right? The old covenant was what? The laws, statutes, and commandments that Moses gave the children of Israel when he came down from Mount Sinai. And the new covenant is what? The laws, statutes, and commandments put in our inward parts, taking away that stony heart and receiving that fleshy heart. So it says, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of Yahweh. So we the only ones that can serve God. And the promises. What promises? And it's going to go into it. The promises that he gave to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He said that this blessing was going to go to their seed.
Yeah.
Their descendants.
Yeah.
Their patrilineal line. So it says,
all throughout the scriptures,
whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Hamashiach came, who is over all, Yahweh blessed forever, Amen. Not as though the word of Yahweh have taken none effect. That's what they like to say. That's what they like to act. That's why they have something called supersessionism, replacement theology. Oh, that was the Old Testament. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, that was done away with.
Yeah.
You know?
He said the same thing from Genesis all the way through Revelations, man.
It tells you the Lord doesn't change. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever.
Yep.
Therefore, you sons of Jacob are not consumed.
Why do Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah?
So it says, neither be, but you can see these devils know.
Oh yeah.
You can just see, you can see they know.
You see his face?
They mad because we know. The cat's out the bag. So it says, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children.
Right.
Why does it say that?
Right, because Abraham had many children. He had Ishmael.
That's why they say Abraham is the father of nations, because many nations came out of Abraham. Go ahead. You got it.
Khan. Abraham was the father of many nations.
You got again the Ishmaelites.
Yep.
You got Lot. Lot's his nephew Lot. You got Moab and Ammon come out of Lot.
Yep.
You had Jacob and Esau.
Yeah, there's a plethora of Shemitic nations, man. All right, but
there's one nation over all of them.
One nation received the
blessing.
blessing.
To one nation. That's why he sent Hagar away.
Yep.
which was the maid of what? Who was that? Sarah or Rebecca or whatever?
Yeah,
I forget.
Con.
Isaac and Abraham and I forget.
Yeah.
I'll be getting them names.
Abraham, I think Abraham and
I think
Isaac and Rebecca and Abraham.
So
and,
it was Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah,
Con.
'cause Sarah called Abraham Lord.
Yeah.
So yeah, remember Sarah was barren. Sarah couldn't have children. So she gave her handmaid, which was an Egyptian, which was not an Israelite, she was a heathen, she gave Hagar to Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
And Abraham had Ishmael.
Yep.
But the Lord blessed Ishmael, but he still sent them away.
Con.
He said he was going to be he's going to have 12 princes, right?
Mm-hmm.
The blessing, the promise did not go to Abraham though. God said that the promise was going to go to your seed. Who was Abraham's seed? Isaac.
Yep.
He said, in Isaac all nations shall be called.
Yep. Real quick. Genesis 17:9. And Yahweh said unto Abraham, thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore thou and thy seed after thee.
Not seeds, plural, seed, singular.
Yep. Thou shalt keep my covenant.
And who carries seed? The man. He carries it in his testicles, his testes.
Con.
Women have eggs. You plant your seed in the woman. Henceforth, you are what your father is, as it tells you a number. There are no mixed people. Like they like to tell you, oh, he's half this, half that, but he's 1/3 Portuguese. It don't work like that. You are who your father is.
Simple. It
Because
says
the man carries the seed. Even in nature showed you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could take a seed of a fruit and plant it anywhere in the earth. Guess what? That same fruit is gonna form. You could take an orange tree from California and plant it in China. Guess what? It's still gonna be an orange tree.
Yep.
Because
Fact.
the seed determines the
Pedigree.
pedigree, stock,
Stock.
lineage.
It says, Genesis 17:9, and Yahweh said unto
The
Abraham,
woman is likened unto the land. She's an incubator.
Con, fertile, like the soil.
Exactly.
And Yahweh said unto Abraham, thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore thou and thy seed after thee in their generations. This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. There you have it, man. You got it.
So this is a heritage, a biblical heritage. You pulled up in a Porsche today, bro.
Doing big things.
So going back to Romans 9 and 6. Not as though the word of God, Yahweh, have taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children. But
Hey.
in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Again, because even after Sarah died, he started popping a bunch of them women, man. He had a bunch of children after Sarah died.
Yep.
But the blessing went to Isaac. Remember, Isaac got all the inheritance, all the land. 'Cause remember, Abraham was rich with cattle, livestock, land. It all went to Isaac.
Yep. Yep.
So it says, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Right. And even when there's an inheritance, when parents leave an inheritance, it's written up in a contract exactly what each child receives, if they receive anything. All right? So no stranger can just come from the outside that's not related and say, yeah, I want to take part in this inheritance discussion, in this will, or whatever the case may be. It don't work like that. You got it out.
That is, they which are the children of the flesh, they are not the children of Yahweh, the other nations, the other children that were born outside of Sarah.
Yeah.
They're the children of the flesh. As it's going to tell you. These are not the children of God, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. For this is the word of promise. It's the New Testament. This is Romans. For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, And Sarah, so I was right, it was Sarah, Abraham and Sarah. Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also have conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, because Isaac had what, Rebekah, right? And then from Isaac and Rebekah came Esau and Jacob. But still, it was a particular seed. The Lord was narrowing it down, you know? It tells you in the Apocrypha that he put by Esau, you know?
Yep.
And chose Jacob. And it was ordained from the beginning. For the children being not yet, because that's the only thing that Yahweh is bound by. His word is bound. He doesn't lie. If he says something, it has to come to pass. You know? His word is bond. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. So let me read that in the NLT. This is Romans 9 and 11. Romans 9 and...
Hey, David. How you doing?
I start at 6.
How you not hot?
Well
I'm
then,
hot.
has God failed to fulfill his promise to Israel? No, for not all who are born into the nation of Israel are truly members of God's people. Being descendants of Abraham doesn't make them truly Abraham's children. For the scriptures say, Isaac is the son through whom your descendants will be counted. Though Abraham had other children too. Two meaning also. This means that Abraham's physical descendants are not necessarily children of God. Only the children of the promise are considered to be Abraham's children. For God had promised, I will return about this time next year, which it was really Yahushua. Yahushua is Isaac. He was the angel that came, you know? He said, at the time of birth, I shall visit thee. Because he's a messenger. He's the top messenger. So it says, I will return about this time next year, and Sarah will have a son. This son, hence why it was foreshadowing when Abraham was supposed to sacrifice Isaac. It was that's called foreshadowing, you know? Because Isaac, Yahushua, he's the sacrificial lamb. So it says, this son was our ancestor Isaac. When he married Rebekah, she gave birth to twins, Esau and Jacob. But before they were born, before they had done anything good or bad, she received a message from God. This message shows that God chooses people according to his own purposes. That's why I want to keep going. Go hit the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction. He calls people, but not according to their good or bad works. Because at the end of the day, all of Israel are going to be saved. 2/3 are going to die in the Americas. They're going to die in their sins. But because he made a promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, at the end of the day, they're all going to be in the kingdom. They're all going to be made righteous. It's just that 2/3 are going to get to the kingdom through death by pain. Because they refuse to repent. They're not going to make it on this first go around. They have to die and be born back through the loins of the elect. So it says, he calls people, but not according to their good or bad works. She was told, your older son will serve your younger son. So who was the older son? Esau. That's why Jacob's hand was holding Esau's heel, because he wanted to come out first, but it wouldn't, you know. It was already set up in the spirit that the elder is going to serve the younger.
Through the will of the Heavenly Father.
One people would be stronger than the other. You know, it was many clues that who the wicked were. That's why he came out red, all over like a hairy garment. You know, I was even going into that in Genesis. Jacob was smooth. This man's a devil, man. He be playing games. You know.
Oh man.
Esau, Joshua, wasted away is he.
Fighting to get out to get the birthright, just to have the Heavenly Father give it to the second born.
So back in the KJV, Romans 9 and 13. As it is written where in Malachi? Matter of fact, hold that, Baba Kashaf. As it is written, it should be 1 and 3, I believe, or 3 and 1, or something like that.
Con.
Round there, I forget it. It's in Malachi. I know it's in Malachi. Jacob have I loved.
Esau have I hated.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. I read it in the NLT. In the words of the scriptures, I loved Jacob, but I rejected Esau.
Yep.
You got it?
Yep. This is Malachi
1 and 3.
chapter 1 and verse 2.
Is it in 3 though?
Nah, that's laid as heritage to waste.
So it's 2 and 3 then.
Yep.
Okay.
Or what? No, 1 and 2.
I would,
Malachi chapter 1 and verse 2.
2 and 3.
Con.
Verses 2 and 3. Con.
It says, the burden of the word of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai to Israel by Malachi.
Why is it a burden? Because all this had to play out. That was over damn near probably 3,000 years ago, man. We had a lot of things had to happen before we would get to see the love of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, which we seeing it now.
Yeah. The fruits of our
After
blessing.
the final captivity. Now we at the feet of that statue. You know?
Yep.
Now we're gonna see the love. When Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai returns, redeems us, sets us on high, you know, bestows all the blessings upon us, you know, and we see our enemies recompense. That's how we're gonna understand the love of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. But we're seeing it now, watching the downfall of our enemies. It's a beautiful thing to behold.
It says,
And not because of our strength, not because of our intelligence, it's divine intervention. It's spiritual. Just like our fall was spiritual. It's beautiful. We ain't gotta lift up arms. We ain't gotta do nothing. All we gotta do is be obedient. Ain't that something?
it's so beautiful. Real China just announced that they have a new ICBM that holds 60 nuclear warheads and also I think they said, I can't remember, aqua or some type of other bomb inside of it. And they were just bragging about how if, you know, America threatens China in any way, how America will be wiped off the map and nobody can deal with them militarily, man. So the brother was talking about divine intervention. It was all divine intervention, okay, from the Heavenly Father. From the moment they split the atom to creating the waster, which are these nukes, it's all the Heavenly Father, man. So we see his love daily, man. We see his love daily. Because we don't have to lift a finger. We just have to do as we're told, as we're commanded. So it says, Malachi.
Real quick, since you right there.
So beautiful times, man. Beautiful times.
Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
Yeah, the smith, all right? Those scientists, man, okay? The specialists at their craft that split the atom, okay? That brought together, you know, all the ingredients to perfect the nuclear weapon, man.
Yeah, a notable scientist was Albert Einstein, Robert Oppenheimer. You had the Manhattan Project. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai put it on them Edomites. And it's funny, they were all so-called small heads.
Yep.
1948, big nose people. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai put the spirit on them to destroy themselves. That's why Robert Oppenheimer said, I have become the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah.
He understood what he did.
Understood.
When he saw the impact, because after they tested it, he saw the might of that bomb, he knew what he did. The prophecies came to his mind.
Yep. Prophecies came straight to his mind. And he also spoke about how he had dreams of creating it, man. You know, I don't know if you want to call them dreams or nightmares, but it was all the Heavenly Father. You got it.
It wasn't a nightmare, he wouldn't have did it. It was a beautiful, even in the movie, it was beautiful. It is beautiful. That's a beautiful, despite that's a beautiful, the light and the power, that's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
Splitting of the atom, that's beautiful, man. You know? All the works of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua are beautiful. But understand it, you know. But in the movie, it was like a beautiful dream he was having, a reoccurring dream of the atom split. So Isaiah 54:16, behold, look, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy.
Yeah, man. You know, Revelation goes into those breastplated horses, man, and talking about, you know, I can't remember the number off the top of my head, but the amount of missiles that are gonna pelt America, Babylon the Great. All right, and we always talk about how those those ICBMs contain multiple warheads and one nuke, man, and one missile. And the Heavenly Father he's just dropping gems, man, to you people, to the elect, to the prophets, letting us know that we almost out of here, man. This thing is literally almost over. We just have to maintain. You got it, Doc.
You just said that the new warhead got 60 warheads on it.
60 warheads. You know, Ottawa and Ratazah, as soon as I get to the house, I'm going to put the lesson up. But 60 warheads in it. And I think prior to that, the most one had was around like between 10 and 20, if I'm not mistaken. And at the same time, we don't know what, you know, these other nations really have. This is just the things that they're coming out and telling us they have. You got it, Doc.
Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. So he created those missiles to be shot off, to be used. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord Yahweh. We were breaking down in Romans. I didn't even get through it yet. But who the servants are, the Israelites.
Yep.
The descendants of Isaac, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And we are those descendants. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord Yahweh. Real quick. Zephaniah 3 and Zephaniah 3 and 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination, which is determination, his will.
Yep.
That's what I was reading about. For my determination is to gather the nations. We were talking about that earlier, referencing Joel. This is God's movie. We're all characters in God's movie. And every movie has a plot, right? Has a storyline. You know, has a finale. You know, we at the finale, and guess what? The finale is going to end with a big bang, literally. So it says it's curtain. What they call it? Curtain
closing time.
Yeah, curtain closing on Esau's kingdom.
Yeah.
Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations. That's him breathing like that? He needs some Slim Fast or something, man. God damn. I thought that was like I thought she was dragging the damn scooter, you know? God damn, you little fat ass.
He eating good.
I think all those, well, that was like a bulldog, right?
Some type of breed.
They got problems. Cause that's Esau doing his fucking inbreeding and shit, man.
Yeah, you do that with a lot of these.
Yeah, that's why a lot of these
animals.
Salakia. I hate that, bro. Damn devil. I love those bulldogs. I wanted one. I wanted a little Slakia. Folly. I wanted a little. You ever seen the miniature bulldogs?
Yeah.
I wanted one, bro. They so no homo. They so cute, you know. But when I was looking it up, they don't live long, man.
A lot of health issues.
Yeah. A lot of them dogs, man, they joints be fucked because they be doing all type of weird ass breeding. He's gonna take a goddamn Chihuahua and breed it with a goddamn Great Dane. You know what I'm saying?
That's that with that mad scientist, man. That psychopath.
Bug out, man.
He bugged out.
Making ligers. You gonna take a lion and breed it with a tiger, and then they don't reproduce.
Yeah, but
You know that, right? Like the ligers and stuff, and all them crossbreeded.
Well,
Like a mule is a donkey and a horse. I think a mule and a donkey.
Yeah.
They don't reproduce.
Yeah. But that's the sign that it's wrong.
Yeah,
when
sterile.
it doesn't produce, that's a sign that shit is wrong.
Because Yahweh from the
To be
beginning
done.
said, "Be fruitful and multiply."
Yep.
So yeah, that show you you're not supposed to do that. Just like genetically modified organisms, that goes against nature.
Mad scientists.
Salakia,
You got it.
little folly. That dog just threw me off. I'm like, I just knew. I thought she was just dragging something on the ground, bro.
Yeah, when I heard it, I was like, that
These
can't be a
fat ass,
dog.
little fat ass type of baby took a Fridays, running around the car. Fat ass, you want a cookie? Salakia. So it says, there, Zephaniah 3, what's that? 3 and 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. That's what we patiently waiting on. Our big brother step in, you know? And hey, as we were starting with earlier, he is going to step in. When the enemy comes in, I didn't even finish it. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai going to lift up that standard.
Yeah.
Hey, a lot of us brothers, Adawan Watazah, we be of that number. A lot of us going to get endowed with spiritual power, which is what, an increase in faith. That's why Yahweh Shai said we're going to do things greater than him. And that's when the remnant, the elect, really going to come in. As I was reading in Psalms, in the day of power, that people will be willing.
Yeah.
Because remember, we dealing with a gainsaying nation, a carnal nation. Remember, they wanted a sign. They always want a sign. But what did Yahweh Shai said? There is going to be no sign but Jonas the prophet.
Jonas the
We
prophet.
are the sign, the prophets, you know? And they really going to believe when we get endowed with that spiritual power.
And that's a major sign, man. The prophets are a major
Ain't
sign.
going to be no more gains. Ain't going to be no more shit talking. It's going to be evident who Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is with in that day.
Yeah.
And they going to be beating down the doors, brother.
Yeah.
And a lot of you going to be met with the stiff arm.
A lot of you gonna be met with the stiff arm.
So again, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. Who's the prey? All these 17 heathen nations. They all pray. They all food. They food for Yahweh Shai HaMashiach and the angels.
Yep.
You know?
Time to eat.
They light work. He gonna make a speedy riddance. For my determination is to gather the nations. That's how we know that peace treaty that he's talking about with Gaza and Hamas and all this shit. That's how we know that's gonna fall through.
It's not gonna hold up.
It tells us that in 1 Thessalonians 5:1. For when they shall say peace and safety, sudden destruction shall come upon them as a woman in travail, and none shall escape. Ain't gonna be no peace. There is no rest for the wicked.
None.
You think you just gonna do all this wickedness and just ride off into the sunset?
That's what he think.
Yahweh Bashem Yahushua gonna say, Salaki, it's all forgiven, my son.
Yeah.
You know? Come
Go.
on into the kingdom.
No, continue with your new world order.
As the brothers in Atlanta say, keep that same energy.
Yep.
Keep the same energy, keep that same perpetual hatred for the so-called Negroes, black men, and, you know, keep for these black and brown people. Keep that same energy when you see him crack the clouds. When you see him pull up on the throne, call him a nigger. I triple dog dare you.
Uh-oh.
Who's that nigger in the chariot? Look at that one bird.
Oh, God.
Yeah, when
Soaring
Yahweh
up high,
Shai pull
too.
up, please say it. You know, you're gonna think it, he's gonna chop your head off.
For real. For
He's
real.
gonna petrify you. Look at Eve. Eve looking through. They're gonna be willing, especially these women. They tell you that a man shall be as a covert from the wind, from the storms.
A hiding place.
A hiding place from what? All manner of hell breaking loose.
And you women are catching hell, man. You single mothers, y'all are catching hell right now.
You and your baby kids. For my determination is to gather the nations that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
Ooh, he said all the earth, man. All the earth. So, nowhere to hide. All you Babylonians that are leaving America, you know, trying to escape to a different continent because you see signs of the end, it don't matter where you go. Judgment is going to find you. All right? You can't outrun. This is Nahum chapter 1 and verse 5. It reads, it says, the mountains quake at him. Who's the him? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And the hills melt. And the earth is burned. So, this is literally and figuratively, man. All right? We know that in the scriptures, mountains and hills are referred to large and smaller governments. All right? Nations. So the Heavenly Father is going to dethrone all of these kings of the earth, all these nations that have a place, okay? Because he's coming to put on many crowns, and he's also going to leave America melted. So it says, Nahum 1 and verse 5, the mountains quake at him, and the hills melt, and the earth is burned at his presence. Yea, the world and all that dwell therein. Who can stand before his indignation? Who can abide in the fierceness of his anger? His fury is poured out like fire, and the rocks are thrown down by him.
It's Halloween already?
October. It's the month, but
They doing it all month this year?
I don't, man.
I keep seeing these kids and like that's weird, bro.
I guess they're having some trick-or-treating type, you know.
But ain't it like the end of the month, October 30th or whatever?
Yeah, 31st.
It's the 12th, bro. They got a whole...
Listen.
We ain't even halfway through the month yet. These people got demons on it, bro. Heavy demons.
Well,
Eve,
listen.
Eve got a heavy demon on it, bro.
Well, in a regular economy, I know they normally have decorations already up before the 5th. So it don't surprise me, man.
Fat ass looking at he 8 years. Through.
Completely through. You got it, Op.
My bad. But
Oh, Salakia. I'll finish reading it. No, I'm finished. You want me to go read it again? This is I know you was going back to Romans and you had something you were holding.
You speak? I don't know. You done?
Yeah, I'm done. I already spoke on it.
This is Isaiah 24 and 1. Behold, the Lord Yahweh maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's the Heavenly Father said the earth was gonna rock to and fro like a drunkard, man. All right, you've felt earthquakes, you know. You've been in a house and felt rough storms, you know, where it felt like the whole house was swaying. Well, that's what's gonna happen to the earth with the vengeance of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. When these ICBMs destroy Babylon, okay, making it the world's largest desert, because it says nothing is gonna dwell here. In Isaiah, I believe it's the 13th or 14th chapter. Okay, you got it.
Behold, the Lord Yahweh maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And that's gonna actually physically happen also. It's gonna be no work, as you're seeing, no work for Egypt. A lot of these men are gonna get scattered, gonna get driven into the valley of Hawashaphat, as it tells you in 2nd Ezra. The bridegrooms, the maidens, the women shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. Mm-hmm. These men are gonna die in the wars. They're gonna die off in the race wars, the class wars. These cities are gonna be emptied out, man.
Yeah.
These different nations are gonna flee to their lands. You know, life as you know it is literally gonna be turned upside down.
Yeah.
You know, America's gonna be a dystopian landscape. Gonna be martial law checkpoints, gonna be marauders, you know, roving gangs of cannibals, you know. It's gonna be Mad Max out here, man. Mm-hmm. The only work, I was just listening to somebody, I forget, it was like one of them prepper guys.
Canadian prepper.
I don't know who it was, but it was one of them prepper guys, and they were going into how in the times to come, which I always say, the only work is gonna be on the military front. You're gonna be in a factory somewhere making artillery shells and shit.
Yeah.
You know? But he had a good point. You're either gonna be working for the military, you're gonna be either patrolling, or you're gonna be in a factory somewhere. or you're gonna be discarded off to the war.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be delivering no goddamn Grubhub and Uber eating, you know?
Amazon in it.
School's gonna be shut down.
Yep.
Ain't gonna be no work.
Yep.
These people not gonna know what to do.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be no barber shops. Ain't gonna be no goddamn salons. No nail shops. Ain't gonna be no Disney World open up. Ain't gonna be nothing, man. It's gonna be again a dystopian. Look that word up for me, Baba Kashad. Dystopian. It's gonna be a dystopian world.
Dystopian.
Dystopia.
It reads dystopian, relating to or denoting an image, state. Hold on.
Proofread it, Baba Kashad.
Con.
Make sure it's pertinent.
It says,
Because a utopia is a beautiful society where everything is in balance and perfect.
it says,
The opposite would be a dystopia.
it says dystopian. It says a person who imagines or foresees a state or society where there is great suffering
That's
or
what's about to
injustice.
happen. That's what's coming on the earth. Great suffering. That's what's that? Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 50. Is that it? Many miseries.
Many
The
miseries.
Elder Apostle Rakah's favorite scripture. Many miseries shall be done to them that dwell in the world in the latter times.
Yes,
so they
second
have
Ezra.
walked in great pride. 8 and 50, right?
Yep. Yeah. And hey, that's what's taking place, man.
Read that again, Baba Kashal.
It says a person who imagines or foresees
We
a
ain't got,
state.
we ain't even got a map. We seeing it happening as we speak.
Yeah.
It's playing out. This place is becoming a dystopian society right in front of our face. We watching George Orwell's 84, 88, 48, whatever the hell. We watching it right in front of play out right in front of us, man.
Yeah.
A police state, you know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says a person who imagines or foresees a state or society where there is great suffering or injustice.
Jacob's trouble.
Yeah, I mean that's what's taking place.
Through great tribulation, we shall enter into the kingdom.
Yeah. You know, just like the elder said.
That's Salaki. That's why I got it real back. But that's why Ezra said, "Woe is me, woe is me. Who shall deliver me in those times, in those days?" Why? Because he saw. That's what 2nd Ezra 15 and 16 is about. A man shall had no pity upon his neighbor.
Yeah.
He was painting to you a dystopian picture.
Yeah.
My bad, Salaki.
Yeah, he's right. Shalom. Overgrown visage everywhere because there's no men to maintain the cities and the lawns, and it's gonna be total chaos out here.
Said basically the fruits are gonna ripen stuff. Who shall pick them?
Yeah.
Who shall tread them? You know. Who
Yeah.
shall gather them?
We saw a little bit of that during that pandemic, man. When everybody was on lockdown and couldn't go outside, you saw animals, nature starting to migrate back to different locations. You saw the plants. Everything was better.
Ain't nobody gonna come and collect your goddamn trash.
Yep.
Ain't nobody gonna be working in them goddamn the electrical grid is gonna go down. Your water's gonna go down. That's all in 2nd Ezra.
Yeah. Matter of fact,
The fountain shall run still.
Khan. Matter of fact, in Russia, man, they just unveiled a new weapon that takes out the electricity. Okay? So not only is the city being, destroyed and pelted by a different type of Russian artillery, okay? But other parts are losing power, man. The grid is losing power.
Cyber attacks.
Khan. So you're safe nowhere.
You already see the trucking is drying up. You already see these the grocery stores disappearing. The farms are we heading into we in a dystopian world. Go ahead,
Yeah.
read that again.
It says, a person who imagines or foresees a state or society where there is great suffering or injustice.
And that's why Yahweh Shai would say, "Blessed are your eyes, for you see." Many great kings, many people wish to see the things that we see. We can see it clearly. They don't, you know, but
Yeah.
that's faith. It's a gift from Yahweh. We can't explain it to you, but we see it clearly, man. We can see America going up in flames, man. It ain't hard to fathom. And that is becoming more and more of a reality.
Yeah, you know, it definitely is, because the wars on all fronts are intensifying. You know, we spoke on the ceasefire, and like the brother said, 1 Thessalonians 5 and I want to say verse 3. You know, when they say peace and safety, you know, this ceasefire isn't going to last. We know the Ukrainian war is going to increase. All right, because of that mineral deal that Trump made with Zelensky. And what did Lindsey Graham say? Ukraine holds 10 to 12 trillion dollars worth of minerals. We can't allow Russia and China to get their hands on it. It's a war that we must win. So it's only a matter of time before American troops are on the ground, man. So much so that you see Trump, even during this government shutdown, what did he say? By any means necessary, on October 15th, make sure the military troops get their checks. So he's making sure that he's taking care of the military during this government shutdown, because war is in the future. It's evident, completely evident. You got it, Doc.
Isaiah 24:1. Behold, the Lord Yahweh maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down. You people's world's about to be turned upside down. Barakatha,
The water.
and scatter abroad the inhabitants thereof. I'm going to jump down to verse 3. The land shall be utterly empty and utterly spoiled, for the Lord Yahweh hath spoken this word. The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. We seeing it. The birth of the land is ceasing. You know, these people are becoming more and more depressed,
Yeah.
losing hope. You know,
More and more people deleting themselves. Salaki.
the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore, this is the main point, therefore hath the curse devoured the earth. That's going into the actual people, the cursed people. These Edomites, they're devouring the earth, as the brother was going into, raping the land of all its minerals, you know, resources, right? As it tells you in Habakkuk and Micah,
Yep.
they covet fields and take it by violence. They can never be satisfied, you know? But also the actual curse is those missiles and the chariots. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned. That's what the brother was going into. And few men left. That's the point.
Yeah. Few men left, man. Few men left. All right. You about to realize how precious a man of the Lord truly is in these last days, man. All right. And you women are starting to see it now. A lot of you women are on social media crying, man. Especially y'all that have multiple children, man. Because this government shutdown is, you know, fucking with y'all snaps, messing with y'all food stamps, messing with the way y'all feed yourselves and your children. Now you're wishing you didn't throw that man to the side because you got a few Instagram likes, man. Life is getting real.
Real quick, jump down to verse 19.
You got it.
The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage. And the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again.
Yeah.
That's what you were going into.
Yeah. This place is gonna fall and not rise again, man. The scriptures speak about an everlasting kingdom. Okay? Confusion, man. Straight confusion. And that's what our power is coming back to do.
and it says clean, dissolve. Because like Elder Apostle Gabar likes to go into, this place is going to be swept with the Bessemer destruction.
Mm-hmm.
And the two best cleaning agents are what? Water and fire.
Yeah.
And that's what this fire is going to do. This nuclear fire. It's going to clean the earth. It's going to terraform the earth. All this concrete going to get burnt up. You know?
Mm-hmm.
No more forever chemicals. You know? You got a lot of shit that take hundreds of thousands of years to dissolve and go back to the earth. Like styrofoam, for example.
Yep.
But that nuclear blast gonna do it real quick.
A speedy riddance of all that stuff, man. You're absolutely right.
Everything you see gonna turn to pitch, which is what? Tar.
Yep.
Everything gonna melt. The elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Yep. It says Isaiah 34 and verse 2.
That's gonna be a beautiful sight to behold. No more of this bullshit, man. This is really an eyesore, man. This is really an eyesore, man.
Listen.
Compared to what this place was, lush, all the, the animals running. This is a goddamn eyesore, man.
Hey, that's why it was the last empire on the totem pole, man. The worst.
You ever see a picture back in the day? I'm talking about years ago at the oceans, like just recent, like 30, 40 years ago in like the Gulf Coast or the Caribbean and shit. The water's crystal clear, blue.
Crystal.
Go back even further, it's even cleaner.
Yeah.
You go to these lakes and shit. Don't go to New York. Don't go to the Hudson. Look at the Mississippi. That water's dirty as hell, man.
Any lake around here, man.
It wasn't so.
Yeah. I don't even see how people fish in these lakes, man. Crazy. It says, Isaiah 34 and 2, for the indignation of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. And I was going into, earlier, man, King of Kings, man, how he's going to have many crowns upon his head, all right, from defeating all the kings of the earth. It's going to be a dictatorship. It reads, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcass, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their host shall fall down, as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as falling figs from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. Right, and this is going into when those missiles hit, man. The earth is going to roll up like a scroll, man. Speaking of the mushroom cloud. All right? And it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. All right? The Greek way of saying Edom. And upon the people of my curse to judgment. And the brother was speaking earlier of these cursed people, man. These Edomites. All right? They're a cursed people. And ultimately their end is going to be Obadiah 1 and 18, man. Their empire is going to be completely destroyed, melted off the face of the earth, and they're going to go into 1,000 years of captivity, man. That's a righteous recompense for all the wickedness that they've brought upon the Lord's chosen people and the earth and the animals, man. The brother was just going into how this man splices genes and creates these weirdo animals, man. He has to be put to a stop. He has to be put to a stop.
And this is the reason why he's a cursed people. Going back to Cain, for what Cain did to his brother Abel. Yahweh cursed Cain from the earth. And the same curse fell upon the Edomites. That's why they have to do something called GMOs, genetically modified organisms. That's why they spray pesticides, because the earth is fighting out against this devil. Nature is fighting out against him. Creation is fighting out against him. Genesis chapter 4, verse 9. The main point is in 12. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. So he has to use his science, engineer some shit. He don't got that green thumb. The other nations can produce.
Yeah.
Not Esau.
Yep. You're right.
So it says, when thou tillest the ground, it shall, and really he put the spirit in him. If he just obeyed the laws, it would yield his strength, but he got a reprobate mind in him. He's greedy. He can never have his fill. So he ain't gonna let the land rest. He gonna spray, he ain't got no patience. He's a carnal demon.
Yeah.
So really, he could fix it, but he ain't got the patience or the wherewithal to do it.
Yeah.
He's the greedy bastard. You know? He likes shortcuts.
Yeah.
You know?
Con.
When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. That's the point.
Yeah, and the brother say he likes shortcuts, you know, and this is why this devil is trying to grow, you know, like you said, these GMOs, lab-grown meat. You know, he's trying to make a shortcut to everything that the Heavenly Father has.
Well, the lab-grown meat is about having control. Well, so is the GMOs also. It's about not yielding its strength, but he also don't want you to be able to plant shit. You don't want you to have a garden in your backyard.
Yeah.
He wants you to go to him for everything.
And one of all things.
My bad, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, he want us to go to him for in one of all things. But nah, the brother is 100% on point, man. This devil has to be put down, otherwise there'll be no life saved, man. This devil has to be put down.
Second Thessalonians chapter 2. I'll start at 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord, out of one, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and by our gathering together unto him. And how we being gathered? By this word. This word is gathering us. Gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. That ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of Hamashiach is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Yeah, that man of sin has been revealed, man. We come out week in and week out, man, to reveal who that man of sin is, man.
Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man.
Yep.
And it says the son of perdition. The word perdition means predestined for destruction. Matter of fact, make me want to remember to go back to Romans 9. He's the vessel of wrath fitted to destruction. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai created himself to do what he's doing. He's the red horse, as we keep saying.
Yeah.
He was created to take peace from the earth. He is death. He's the harbinger of death. He is the wicked, per Malachi 1 and 4. And his works precede him.
Yeah.
His modus operandi. It ain't hard to tell who's the wicked nation in the earth. All you got to do is go through the history, go through the receipts.
Yeah. All nations around the world are witnessing this, man. This is why they're turning on the whore.
Let no man deceive you by any means. And who's really trying to deceive you? This devil. As it tells you in the usual suspects. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. Well, I'm not the devil, you know?
Yeah.
There's some man under the ground with a pitchfork, you know?
Yeah.
Well, everybody can be saved. We're all God's people. No, you the devil, you know?
Ain't that what the devil
You're
would
the
say?
devil the Bible speaks of, you know?
That's exactly what the devil would say.
Let no man deceive you by any, again, like we were going into, take good heed of it.
Okay, well, sir, keep walking and have a good day, all right? Thank you.
So,
Because I have to draw down on this man in public. Like, going on,
you
sir,
got
for
demons
real.
on him, huh? See?
Man, this
You can't control his lust. You got demons on you. But then you shouldn't be walking around like a... So, hey, man, the love of many waxing cold, man.
Waxing cold.
We just talked about it. It's going wait till 911 don't pick up.
Yeah.
Somebody please call 911. The White Club. Yeah. It's gonna get nasty, especially you women, bro.
Oh, man.
The apostles always go into that. A metropolis, which is what we live in, it was designed for women.
Cater.
Catered, built for women.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you ain't gotta hunt and do all this shit. You don't need no man no more. You go to the grocery store. You know, now you can Uber eat some shit. You know, you got a landlord. He gonna fix your shit. You know, mechanics. Back in the day, you had homesteads. You had to, you know,
Yeah.
you would pray for sons.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. To till the land, to do all the, you know,
But
the
wait,
hard
wait,
work.
Wait till 911 don't pick up.
He is exactly
You know?
Yep.
So anyway, Salakia, let no man deceive. Speaking of whores, let no man and then wonder why, you know, Jake acting like that, because it's you laying thirst traps.
All fucking day.
You got your titties all mashed together, your ass cheeks all out. Then you wonder why the man, you know.
Yeah. The first one walked by here butt ass naked, damn near.
But she was covered up, you know, with her children. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but still. Anyway,
Hey,
you
but
shouldn't be outside anyway.
this society gives them liberty to walk outside any way
exactly,
they want.
exactly.
And there's
Because
consequences.
in the ancient world, you weren't. That's where the law of rape happened. You weren't supposed to be out and about without your brothers or a man over you. You know.
Yep.
Let me give not a wicked woman liberty to gather.
Abroad.
How does it go? While you getting that, I'm gonna get something else since you want to look for that.
Ecclesiasticus 20 and verse 25. It reads, I'll start at the point is in 25, but I'll start at 24. It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all died. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad.
Get it in the NLT, Baba Kajal?
Con.
GNT.
This is
Just gad abroad. You want to see what that
Con.
means. Which we know what it means, but for further edification.
Sirach 25 and 20, GNT.
How you spell gad abroad?
Yeah, GAD.
gad abroad, according to the AI overview, means to wander, to roam. It means to wander or roam idly and aimlessly, often for pleasure.
Whew. You can't make that up. You cannot make that up.
So she shouldn't be, you know, like these women, they can't stay in the house. She always want to run to the store, run here, run there. She's gadding abroad, you know? Can't never stay in the house, always gone, you know?
Khan. This is
She ain't supposed to be like that.
Sirach 20.
The scripture says she's supposed to be a keeper of the home, of the house, of the
Yep.
children. She ain't just supposed to be wandering the streets. But in this metropolis, you're allowed to do that. This system protects you, caters to you. In the ancient world, somebody would have grabbed your ass up and had their way with you.
It says Sirach 25 and verse 25 in the GNT. It reads, don't allow an outlet for water and don't give a wicked wife freedom to speak. If she doesn't do as you say, yeah, that's, the GNT is horrible. Thought it would be better.
But that was the point. I got the definition of gad.
Khan.
Go back to the KJV.
So it reads,
But that's what this world does. This devil gave the Lord has created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
yep,
That's a new thing. This world, again, completely, look at her, riding bikes and shit.
ass tooted up.
You see what I'm saying? Out of order. A woman is not supposed to usurp authority over a man. But in this world, feminism, you know,
Yep,
women's rights, the woman is over the man.
facts.
Gonna be
Not
bumpy
even
day.
equal, over.
Keep your feet up, okay? Hold on.
Yeah, by far.
But since you want equal rights, guess what? You're going to get equal rights and lefts. In this great draft that's coming, you're going to get drafted. See how you like it then, when you're on the front line.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, once again, Sirach 25 and 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to go to gad abroad.
That's the point. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 26. I'll start at 6. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman. And that's heavy in this world. You know?
Yeah.
That's all this world is about, you know? What
Yeah.
they say, happy wife, happy life. You know? What about happy man, God's plan? What about that one? No, it's happy wife, happy life.
They never heard that one.
You know? So it says, and she got no, in the ancient world, what did we just say? Sarah got, that demon jumped on Sarah. She started to beat Hagar. You know, drove her ass into the wilderness. You know? But it's when you read it, it say that the son was mocking her. You know?
Khan.
But nonetheless, it says, but a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman, and a scourge of the tongue which communicateth with all. You got women that always too friendly, you know? That's a wicked woman.
Too friendly.
An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. A drunken woman, and that's what these women love. They love to go happy hour. Women drink free before 12. What are they doing? You know?
Yeah.
Gadding
Hey.
abroad, getting, you know?
Yeah.
A drunken woman and a gadder abroad, which now we know gad means to roam the street idly, going from club to club, bar to bar,
Yeah.
going here, going there, everywhere. A drunken woman and a gadder abroad causes great anger. Especially you come home from work, you be like, where the hell my woman at? Where my wife, you know?
Yep.
Kids is home, she ain't there. You
She
know,
ain't
what the
there.
fuck going on? You know?
Something ain't right.
A drunken woman and a gadder abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. We call it clown makeup. you know, and these stupid ass filters,
Yep.
you know. They're wearing a whore's apparel. So it says, this is the main point. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through over much liberty.
Yeah.
Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down, and open her quiver against every arrow. And that's the modern woman. She's a drunkard. She's a gossiper. She's always in the streets. She don't cover her shame. She walk around half naked. She's unruly, you know?
Yeah.
She can't be told nothing, you know? You ain't my daddy, you know?
Yeah. That's the definition of an American woman, man. And then that wine has been spread throughout the earth, man. You know, the other nations, women used to have some form of dignity to them.
Yeah, look at what's going on in Saudi Arabia. They twerking on the corner, you know, light poles and stuff, man.
Yeah, talking about liberation.
That's now. You got these women in the garb, and they got big old BBLs, man, twerking and shit. You know? I be watching.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't blind. I see what's going on out there in these streets.
Yeah, man. But that's Babylon, man.
But you would never see no shit like that.
Nah.
They would be beheaded. Remember, they would do remember like the Ishmaelite that sent his son over here to kill his
sister.
Yeah, to get the respect, the honor killings. That's what they call it. Because you bringing shame on the family. Now you got OnlyFans page and all this shit.
Yeah.
Like that chick, that prawn star, Mia Khalifa or some shit like that.
The one that be
she can't.
in the...
I don't watch prawn, bro, but I know who she is. She like some Arabic bitch, but she be getting death threats, man. She can't go back to the Arab world. They got a
hit out on her,
a green light on her, you know.
And that's what's wrong with this world, man. There's no such thing as shame anymore, man. No such thing as shame. You know, people used to be shameful and embarrassed, you know, of being caught in certain situations and predicaments. And this world has made that shit, you know, everything a social media moment or video.
Yeah,
it goes viral.
They say you fat shaming, you this shaming, and this, that, and the third. You get canceled.
Yeah, you get canceled here. Well, you can't cancel the men of the Lord, man. Ain't no canceling the men of the Lord until Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua take them off the highways and byways. All right, the highways and hedges. Plain and simple.
But you know they really do got shame, because when you ask them their body count, they lie. Or you don't ask a woman that. Why do they say that? Because they know they shouldn't have a high body count. It's shameful.
Yeah, it's ingrained in them.
So they know in the back of their mind they got to
say now you're gonna be sitting,
you know?
Yeah. And the
can't make it up.
Yeah, fat. All Eve, man. That was dressed the worst today.
Loud.
Yeah.
Hammers.
No, with nothing.
How much time you got out?
About 5 minutes. I lost my train of thought.
Let me go back to Romans then. So going back to Romans chapter 9. And 7. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. That is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of God, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. For this is the word of promise, at this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid. Let me read that in the NLT, I'm curious. For the scripture saith that God told Pharaoh, I have appointed you for the very purpose of displaying my power in you and to spread my fame throughout the earth. Yeah, we be talking about that. That's how Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to become infamous again. Because in the ancient world, he was known as Alashadja, that terrible demon-like power, the power of the Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
Why? After the fame he got, after how he took down Pharaoh and the Egyptians. All the nations heard about it, man.
Khan.
You know?
Khan.
But over the process of time, you know, everybody forgot about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, his true nature, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But when he comes back in that austere spirit, pours out his indignation on the earth, these nations, chiefly upon Esau, Edom, he gonna become infamous again. What does infamous mean, Baba Kashaf?
Says
Because famous is like popular, you know? Like celebrities and athletes, they're famous. But infamous is like popular for negative reasons, for
it
bad
says
reasons.
infamous, well known for some bad quality or deed.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is known by the judgment which he executes it.
Yeah.
See, this world teaches you God is all love. God is good all the time. That ain't in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
God's the power of judgment. He's an angry power. You know?
Yeah.
Look how that heathen was shoving her nose up. This ain't for you. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, flat pancake.
She was like, not my Jesus. My Jesus is good all the time.
But that's what the scriptures say. The nations crack their hand and hiss at us. Is this the beauty of perfection? You know?
Yeah.
They look down upon us. Goddamn goop.
It says notorious,
Read that again, Bob.
legendary. It says infamous, well known for some bad quality or deed.
Just like Sodom and Gomorrah in them neighboring cities. God was infamous because of that. To this day, nothing grows there. You know?
The flood, Khan.
So he gonna get his respect. You know?
Infamous.
So it says, Romans 9 and 18. So you see, God chooses to show mercy to some, and he chooses to harden the hearts of others so they refuse to listen. Esau, he's hardened Esau's heart.
Yeah.
Just as Moab, the pride of Moab. He's hardened these heathens' heart. You know?
Yep.
Just as he hardened Pharaoh's heart. So that he could be justified in bringing that judgment.
Khan.
Well then, you might say, why does God blame people for not responding? Haven't they simply done what he makes them to do? Because as you always say, man's going to the Lord.
Khan.
There is no such thing as free will, right? We all characters in God's movie. So why he judging them? Because he could do that.
Hey,
Because he could do that. That's why.
we his Legos, man. He built the whole city, added the characters. You got it, Op.
It says, no, don't say that. Who are you, a mere human being, to argue with God?
There you have it.
What they say in this world, your arm ain't long enough to box with God.
Yeah.
Who are you to question God? You're a mere mortal, you know? You're
God.
flesh and blood. You got a goddamn bird brain, you know? You know what I'm saying? Who the
Yeah.
hell are you? So it says, no, don't say that. Who are you, a mere human, to argue with God? Should the thing that was created say to the one who created it, why have you made me like this? When a pot, this is the main point, but in the KJV, but I'll read it in NLT.
God.
When a potter makes jars out of clay, doesn't he have a right to use the same lump of clay to make one jar for decoration and another to throw in the garbage?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai did. He fashioned us in his image.
Yeah.
You know, he gave us salt, soul, flavor, swag. You know, the law, statutes, and commandments, his spirit. You know,
Sugar and spice and everything nice.
and he made a ball of shit, man. Esau, a complete reprobate, to go in the trash, to be Obadiah 1 and 18 after 1,000 years of hardcore slavery.
The complete opposite of salt, pepper.
So exact balance, because he makes
balance.
everything in twos.
Facts, con.
So close out here. Romans 9 and 21, 9 and 20. I started 19, 13, 18 in the KJV. Therefore he hath mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will harden, he hardeneth. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will?
Nobody.
Nay, but O man, who art thou that repliest against God, Yahweh? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? That made me think about it. I think that Jeremiah, the axe boasting against his wielder, you know? Hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? So as we always used to say, he made a nice vessel to put a bouquet in, a vase, and he made a toilet over here to shit in. You know, that's Esau to get shitted on. You know, he created him to get shitted on.
Hey, they both have a use.
The purpose, exactly.
God.
You gonna put some, you gonna say, nah, I'm a damn. But Esau, they do that in this world. Art, you know?
Yeah.
They turn into art piece. Nice fucking
Commode with a flower and
some
some soil in it.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah. Flowers and shit. You know? What if Yahweh, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, again, he gonna get his respect, man. Because you people hold this devil at such a high regards, especially you Babylonians. You think nobody could ever take these Americans down. They got the strongest military. Esau so smart, you know? Can't nobody take America down. This empire's gonna go forever. So you're gonna be baffled. You're gonna be dumbfounded how quick the Lord destroys this place. 1 hour. So great riches is gonna come to naught. Speedy riddance again. You know, you're gonna be humbled. You know?
The nation's gonna be in awe.
Yeah, they ain't gonna want to fight no more.
Yeah.
As it tells you, they're gonna beat their swords into plowshares again. You know? Right now they're beating their plowshares into swords. But in the kingdom, they're gonna beat their swords into plowshares. They're gonna willingly relinquish their fucking weapons.
Hell yeah.
Like, what the hell is what is your guns to mere you and your guns, you mortals? You know?
God.
What if Yahweh, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction?
Edomites.
These Edomites, because again, when they tailor-made to be destroyed, you know, to the T.
Facts.
That's it.
That's it, man. Hey, Adawan Ratazar, y'all had a full dose, and this was edifying unto the elect, comforting, and all the above, man. So with that being said, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to our power. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash, and a sincere salutations to the hopeful elect, the Tabernacle of David, you Akim pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth, and all truth, faith, and sincerity, and also a healthy shalom to the few Akwath that are listening and learning. Shalom.
Wa abad babal.
Kwam Yasharala. Shalom Israel. Shalom.